Hello y'all, it is XCSDS with Divin Shield Entertainment bringing you a behind the curtain video for the alpha of Mirandus. I'm going to essentially show some kind of weird spots you can get into to go ahead and see things that you don't normally see in this test. And some kind of cool places, get to see some neat views. Keep in mind you probably will fall through the sky multiple times attempting to get to some of these places. If you do, all you need to do is go ahead and spam the J key. If you look right now at my health, I'm spamming J and it is dropping my health down. So if I go ahead and drop it far enough down, poof, I'm dead and it returns me back to where I was at. So that keeps you from infinitely falling. They have put a fix in place, or at least a partial fix, so that sometimes now when you fall, you don't infinitely fall. It will respawn you back at the beach, but that's not always the case. There are quite a few places you can still fall and you will infinitely fall. So there's also another neat trick. If you find a cool place that you wanted to explore and you don't want to have to run all the way back through to try to find the place where you were at, what I recommend doing is find the spot you want to be at and go ahead and do Alt F4, closing the game. When you load back in your character, it will load you back to that spot that you were at. So that way then you can go ahead and if you fall again, you can just JJJ your health down and load back in. So first spot, which some people may or may not have found, when you're coming up the beach here, turn to the right where these first trees are. There's a spot right here. If you carefully and slowly drop there, you fall onto this little ledge. It's a very small little ledge, but it is a ledge. Just need to make sure if you were to go forward at all here, you will fall into oblivion. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to carefully follow this edge. I might be a little bit too far on the side there. We're going to find out. Oh, there we go. You have to hug it really, really carefully. Oops. There we went. Falling to oblivion. Right back here. Okay. I wasn't quite in the right place on that ledge. Let's try that again. This is one of the little bit trickier ones. Oh, need a backup. That was too fast. I apologize. When the lightning or whatever stuff comes out, my thing tends to start freaking out a little bit. My graphics card, that is. Oh, doggone it. I just did it again. I would do the Alt-4 trick myself right now, except for the fact that that will go ahead and close out the game, so I can't actually then stream it and it'll jack with the stream. But if you're doing it yourself, I highly recommend you get to the ledge, you Alt F4, and that way then, if you have any problems, you just kill yourself and instantly go right back to where you're at. So very carefully, we're going to drop on the hole and fall through the map. Okay. That is not what I'm going for. It's one of those things, you go ahead and do something a bunch of times and you don't have a problem, and then you go ahead and try to show it, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to cooperate. Okay, let's try that again. Very slowly and carefully. Doggone it, I hate when I go ahead and side strafe, because side strafing oftentimes will jump you a lot farther than if you just very carefully click with the front arrow key. Come on. Oh, there we go. For a moment I thought I was falling, but I am on the ledge. I should be able to go back towards the ledge. There we go. I should be able to go through. Okay, we need to go back a little bit. We need to catch this. We're not quite on the right spot here. We'll go forward a bit so you can kind of see. Here we go. Somehow I went backwards. So anyways, right now we are under the ground with a peculiar view of the root of these trees. Now, if we go ahead and go up this will just take us right back out of the ground. There is another spot a little bit farther ahead where we'll get a much better view of a lot more stuff. You just have to glitch through. Oops. This one. It's either this rock or it's... Oh, there it is. This is the spot right here. So if you're looking over here, right, come over to the side here, this kind of drops. Map is missing. You can go forward. And there you go. Just hug the ledge. You can either take it this direction, back over by where we were at before, or at least in that general direction. Kind of get a neat view underneath here. We can follow this all the way on over to the giant cave. Just so you know, if that magical orb thing over there that's underneath the middle of the map, like, is some kind of secret loot prize or whatever to go ahead and get like 1,000,000 Gala, I'm just saying, if somehow this video lets you get it, please share half of it with me, because yeah, there it is. You jump closer to it, you'll see it's some kind of weird shaped piece of stone that's just floating there underneath, suspended. I can get very close to it, but I haven't gotten quite close enough to touch it. Anyways, we're heading towards the troll cave. It's pretty cool looking, I mean, from underneath here, because look at all the trees. It's kind of funny. Root pieces in the ground. And we can watch the giant from up above, where he can't harm you. It does get a little foggy over here, though, because of just how the special effect works. I tried using this method to go ahead and see if I could find like some kind of dead wolf or wolf pelt or something from underneath, safety of not being killed by the giant, where you could kind of just stare up underneath and look, but I hadn't found Jack doing that, so I am getting really close to thinking that they just don't have that in there for us yet, and at some point later in the beta they will add it, or it will just be kind of a joke of, oh yeah, it's there. But it really won't be. So we're going to just follow this through. It looks like this is solid, but this is not solid. We can actually go through it. Oops. Don't back up. That happens. Doggone. So this is where that Alt F4 would be really good, because you could just... got to a tricky spot, Alt F4 there, and then just kill yourself with J to get back to where you needed to be, or wanted to be. Oh, there it is. Here is the hole in the map. Oops. I took the high road, I needed to take the low road. And just so you know, if you're watching this stream, if you don't think going underneath like weird places of the map that you're not normally supposed to go is something cool and you find it boring, don't continue watching the video, because that's pretty much what this entire video is going to be about, is places I've discovered that you can get to for wandering about and taking weird screenshots. By weird screenshots, some of them are really cool screenshots. I took a screenshot of this view. I thought it was really cool, especially at nighttime. It's got like all the corpses and skeleton bones and that glowing light with the giant. I suppose if anybody from the Gala team's watching this and they want somebody to go help playtest this junk to find weird spots, I'm totally up for that. There should be proof of that. Okay. Through this wall. Doggone. We're going to have to wait a cycle here because it is very hard to do this in the dark with just that little flashlight piece, because it's important that you can see where you're stepping. We're going to have to... Oh. That's why. If you can't see where you're going, you'll accidentally fall onto things. So I suppose it's okay anyways. I was going to have to wait. I might as well run back through the parts that I can do safely. Then maybe about that time it'll be back to the day cycle. And I apologize again for the blinking, because for whatever reason at nighttime my graphics card doesn't quite like what some of the effects are doing. Good thing is you'll have ample opportunities to see how to get back to some of these spots. Just saying, Gala, if that's some kind of special prize, I found it first. Either that it's just some weird random block they put that there and never deleted it. Because, I mean, who's going to see it anyways? See, there we go. Like I said, this is a cool screenshot. I really like this view. At nighttime especially. We're going to be very careful here. Actually, we'll go back because the giant looks pretty cool. But this does have a neat view also. Get back over that way. You can see it. I don't fall through this floor. There we go. Yeah. I like the nighttime star view, especially when the giant is facing you. His eyes are glowing. He kind of blends in like he's a constellation or something with his eyes with the stars. Which we're a little bit past that point now to be able to see, but that's okay. It's getting bright enough now I can start progressing further down this. Okay. I think. Almost. We need a little bit more light. Okay, this spot here, we should just have to hug it very carefully, and we should be able to get around. It did take me several attempts the first time to be able to actually get around it. Yeah, I need more light than that. I almost just ran off the side, strafing accidentally. Okay. Very carefully creep forward. It should pass through the wall. There we go. That can be part of what throws you off there too, is because like these walls, it's like, oh, there's no wall there. And then there's a wall there. You think you have something solid and you just pass right through it. Continue hugging the right carefully. There we go. We're back over to the side here, passing the Giant's Cave. Get some interesting views of the map from underneath there. And unlike falling through the sky, at least these ones here you can just kind of focus on if you want. We're going to get a interesting kind of side view of part of that waterfall. It looks like we've come to a dead end here, but it's not. You just have to carefully move forward. In the right spot here. Come on, where are you? Oh wait, I'm sorry. We have to go around this bend first. Exius Dias, cartographer of the Mirandus underworld. Okay, this should be the one that we just passed right through. There we go, yep. Another wall. Passed through. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was close. I almost strafed off the side again. So like I said, this is a cool view of the waterfall since you're seeing it from underneath and from behind. Back underside of the waterfall. And we can get a little bit farther over this way, but we pretty much lose view of the waterfall at that point. This here, I believe, is about as far as we can go. If you try pushing it any farther, you will pretty much just fall off. We can, however, jump up to another level, which kind of changes the view a little bit. Just have to find the right spot to jump. Come on. There we go. That should be the spot. Yep. See, there we go. So you can jump up that here. Slight different view. Just kind of a big underside of the mountain part. And definitely not stable. Jump. Dead. Poor me. Okay. So anyways, that was that part of the view. I'm going to show you how to get into the castle, because we're closest to that now. That one's pretty easy, though it is a little tricky. I'll show you the underside of the mountain over here, too. We'll do that first before doing the left side of the castle. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here, right in between the rocks. You can kind of just push your guy right in between there. You want to do it slowly, or else you'll end up running off the side of the map. You'll kind of see where you can see the castle right here. We're going to go away from the castle. And then now we have this view here inside. This is right along the path that leads to the beach. And if you cross off this, you will fall to oblivion. So you want to be careful there. This one you can actually walk through. And you can see a little bit more of the actual pathing area that you can walk on. Kind of see some interesting view all the way around. Okay, so this here, if you were to kind of just go off the side there, you'll pretty much just about run into a hole and die. You need to jump up onto the edge of the bottom of the wall and slowly go through the blind spot. If you don't get through it, you might have to just kind of back up and reposition yourself. Because if you're pushing up against the wall, then you just fall out. There we go. So you see, now I'm able to see and I can stick to this wall. This piece of land here is not solid. Don't walk onto it, you will fall. But we can continue hugging the side right here, castle. Keep in mind you can only do this too when you're on the outside map. It is not the same map as the map that everybody's in. It's not just, you know, like teleporting. Oh my goodness. It's not teleporting you just to the outside. It's a completely different map that just looks the same, but it's not actually the same. So, anyways, around the base of the wall there, you need to be really careful. Because if you click just a little bit too much, you'll go from completely safe to dead. And Alt F4 works really good there if you're trying to get there and you run into problems, because as you get a little bit farther, you can just Alt F4 and kind of saves your progress. So then you can get back to it real easy. I literally pretty much spent the whole day trying to find these little glitch places, thinking that maybe there was an Easter egg for one of them. There might still be something out there, but not that I've been able to find. I think that's all rumor. Else it's a very well hidden Easter egg. Okay, so now this part here is very difficult. The ledge is very small. It is passable. What you need to do is kind of need to aim looking down and very, very slowly just quick click on your W key while you're mostly sticking close to the wall, so that way you only just barely inch forward. And then once you get around that, you need a quick hard push on the W key back towards the wall. Otherwise, it'll kind of just propel you off the side, you fall and you die again. And now this is the very hard one. If you get past this, then it's smooth sailing, but this one is the hardest for getting to this spot. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I highly recommend that you Alt F4 there for doing it. It saves a bunch of time. I can't do that right now because doing the stream, break it, cause problems. And I apologize, I'm no Super Mario platforming kind of gamer that can do ridiculous dungeon things, so doing my best here. Some folks will find this a lot easier than what I'm doing it, but it's a little tricky. And I'm not a big platformer person. Dang it. Feeling lucky this time, though. Gonna make it this time. Totally gonna make it as long as, you know, I don't fall. Got hope and faith on this one. I'm gonna do it. This was one of the hardest ones that I had getting into. But it's on this side of the map, so. Doggone. You hit those bumps and if you're going too fast, it just sends you flying right off the edge. Okay, I was trying to rush that there, around it. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just taking my time going around it. Rushing just ends in repeat and failure. Or failure and repeat attempts. My sister and I, we used to like to go ahead and kind of find the weird places you could get to in WoW if you really tried. That and Rift when it was, you know, still like a launched semi-popular game. We used to like to do all those little kind of quests. Guild Wars 2 as well. We like to find those little exploration quests. So we're going to hug the wall very carefully. Aim mostly down towards your feet. And just very light, slight taps until we get right around the edge, and then we're going to hard push into the wall to keep from going over the side. Whew. There we go. Okay. Makes me panic a little bit. It's weird. I have an issue with heights, so even though fake heights, when I fall, I tend to lose my stomach. Oh my goodness, I almost fell there. Doggone, I should have gone with it the first attempt where I almost fell. If I'd pushed forward, I probably would have made it. That, as I did say though, that is the hard one. If you can get past that, you're pretty good to get to the castle. We're going to do it though. Just harder because I can't use the Alt F4 trick to go ahead and make it where I can just load right back to that spot. By all means, if you're watching this after the fact, I mean, you can feel forward to fast forward on some of these parts here if you don't have a problem getting around them. Okay, looking at the feet. Let's be able to try to aim getting around this. And that's why we have to take it slowly. I hit strafe there again, trying to go around it, but it's just, it adds too much speed. No strafing, just little baby steps. Okay. Almost fell there. Again. I hate that corner. So we're kind of quiet at the moment. The falling makes me really nervous and is giving me a hard time. I'm trying to focus. Oh my goodness. I am showing this though. This is going to happen. I've done it before. Now that I'm actually streaming it. Might take a while, but that's fine for this part here. You can kind of just fast forward if you're watching it after the fact. Baby steps around the corner. It helps if you're aiming at the ground and just very slight touches with the key. Doggone it. I almost had it that time. Just almost strafed off the side. That just ended up almost being right off the side there. I accidentally clicked hard on W. Come on. Just a little bit more. Very slow. I've got to stop hitting the side key. Strafing. It's messing me up. There we go. We're going to try something here. I'm going to just try doing a running jump and see if I can make it to the other ledge. And try... Oh my goodness, I almost made it. Dang it. I hit that jump a little too early. When I hit the side, I might have actually been able to make the jump fine. Did I mention this is a difficult spot to get to? This is right now, I rank this one as the most difficult spot that I managed to get to today. Freaking panicked. Messed up my good attempt. Then I tried to rush back to the same spot and just went right off the side. Platformers aren't my specialty, but I do enjoy the sense of accomplishment when you go ahead and get past the spot that you're having difficulty getting to. Wasn't lying when I said I fell probably 50 plus times today, at least through the map. These spots aren't meant to go to. Just gently clicking the W key, not the side key. If I do, I will die. Very light touches until you get right around that edge, then you hard push into it. Very slowly around this edge. Okay, there we go. Finally made the edge. Now we can just go right to here and jump. There we go. Finally, oh my goodness. Now we have this nice view here. Pretty much looks about what you'd see normally when you're in the section with everybody else, but still need to say that you made it here. As you see here, the statues are gone. Again, different map. There's no torch in here because different map. The little area that had all the stalls with like the little food thing and the archery stall, gone. No little torch things inside here because, again, different map. The giant statue with the Materium thing, not here because different map. Door closed, no torches, no statue here, no torches over there, no boxes on the side of the walls, no gallows or vendor carts, no ladder up against the wall there. Again, it's completely different map on the, you know, or I mean, it is the same map or same base appearance of the map, but it's not, you're not on the same map as you would have been with everybody else when you go through there. It doesn't just teleport you to a different side of the screen. It's map, it does load to a completely different, separate instance. When I get back to the main one where everybody's at, I'll show you how to go ahead and get up on top of this building if you're interested. I'll do that at the end. Okay, so now we're going to just jump off the side. Oh, shoot. Why did I do that? Doggone. Okay, we have to run back there because there's another thing I forgot to show you. I feel like such an idiot, but that's okay. I did it one. I feel better. I can go ahead and do that again. I literally did it like 7-8 times earlier before doing this stream. Did help though, I had Alt F4. That's okay. Just gonna repeat the success. You can get to right past where you were able to normally get on the beach. The part that's got the boat and it's got rocks with some like starfish. You can get behind that side. Where you get some further interesting under the map views. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try to hug a little farther away from the edge so we're less likely to bump into the stone. Come on. Very light taps. Or not. Sorry, my hands are getting a bit shaky. Oh, like I said, it might be stupid, but falling from heights, even if they're virtual heights, makes me nervous. I still lose my stomach. Having the hardest time trying to light tap my W key right now. Thinking about coming back to it, but I don't want to admit defeat at the moment. suppose this would make a good drinking game. Every time I fall, take a shot. At this point, everybody would be wasted. Oh my goodness. Whew. Careful. So careful. Oh my goodness, there we go. Okay, so we're back here. Now, if you wanted to do this one here, I would recommend Alt F4ing to save your spot after you've looked for the one place. What we're going to do is we're going to do a running jump. Right down there where those rocks are with the starfish on there. That's where you start off. But what we're going to do is we're going to aim a little bit to the right. That should land us on solid ground that we can then explore a bit. Boom. Okay, so there we go. This is farther than you would normally be able to come down here because it's got like that invisible wall. So now, if you want to get some weird screenshots, you can walk on down to the edge over here, get a cool screenshot of the boat just floating in the air like it's an airship or something. I'm not aware of any little secret passage that you could do further this way. I'm pretty certain if you go further this way, you'll just fall. I did try a bit. I wasn't able to get any further over that direction. Not saying it's impossible, I just had problems trying to do it myself. Should be able to just peek through here. Yep. Okay. Then we can follow this on around. And it's kind of an interesting thing there that they've got set on that map. This big kind of like mountainous, almost looks like as if it would have been some kind of tunnel system, but when I tried digging around the other sides, it's just rock pieces that they have going underneath the map for some reason. Maybe at some point that would be more fleshed out where there'd be like a tunnel or some junk like that, but now it's just an interesting landmass. What we're going to do is we're going to just kind of follow the edge of this here, walk through here, and we should end up going right back on the beach area through the stones. Oh, there you go. So you can still see through here, but we're clipping right through the wall. Okay. That's what I wanted to show for that second part there. So now we'll go to the other side of the waterfall. The easiest place I found to do that is over here on this side of the map. There's a place you can kind of just strafe up the side of the wall. Should be, I think it is this side here. If not, it's on the other side. Going to kind of walk to the side while jumping. You know what? I think it is the other side of them. I think it's on the other side here. Just a moment. Okay, yeah, I think it might be. I think it's this one. I go on the side here and kind of side jump. Oops. That is not what I intended to do. But that also can take you to a little hidden area based on how you jump. You can jump over onto that ledge there. To my knowledge, there's not a whole lot farther you can go. And there's this kind of big empty area in here. You can see part of a tree through. can follow this around. I was going to take us to the waterfall, but since I found my way into here, I figured I'd do this first. Since I'm already right there. I think we can go through this wall. Is this one we could go through? That might not be. That might be what we have to go. Oh, you know what? We can go further here. It looks like we should be falling, but there's really a piece of land that you could stand on underneath here. We're right now on like an invisible piece of land. Let's see if we can hug around it this time. It's a little tricky to do. If I don't, it's not that huge of it to do. Oh, there we go. Just hug around, and we drop down to that slightly lower area underneath. Oops, I missed that jump. That's okay, there's another way to get there. That's what we'll end up taking later. Okay, so now I'm up on the side there. So I'm not certain if you saw that because of how dark it is, but essentially right where that farm is, the farmhouse, you've got that kind of plateau area to the edge of it, or right up above. Instead of going to the left, which got me into that one hole, I'm going to kind of jump up and kind of go to the right while jumping, and that will end you up on the side here. Now, it looks like you should be able to walk on those mountainy pieces on the side. Pretty much all the ones that I've tested, I just fell right through. So keep that in mind. You can try around if you want, but Alt F4 to do it. If you stick to the edge of the map, where you can like kind of clearly see this crest of the mountain where it edges from the side of the map to what dips over on the side there, or the peak in between, this is pretty much all stable. So you can just kind of follow that around. Allows for getting some really cool screenshots because you just kind of like stand from the edge there. It looks really neat. Some really good opportunities if you want to have some really cool desktops. Okay, so there's a spot here that you've got that invisible wall that keeps you from progressing forward. And that's right here. I can't go forward because they've got that invisible wall here that keeps you from getting to the front side of the waterfall. We're not going to be able to get to the waterfall, but there is a spot here you can drop down and you can kind of see a little bit of other stuff. So we're going to fall right here. And we land on ground that we can walk around on. Now on this part here, it's still got that wall. To kind of get around that, we can kind of just push our way over to the side, and then that opens it up a little bit to where we can get farther over now. Some more kind of just weird under map views. Does look neat though from underneath the trees and the grass. Got waterfall a little bit to the side there. Go back the other direction before we fall. This might just be a game, but it makes me nervous as heck when I get close to the edge. Okay. And here we go. We fall. Oof. Okay. Now we'll go back to that spot and we'll go to the other side of the castle. It is possible to get behind that wall and to jump into the house that's like the farmhouse, but it's not that farmhouse. The farmhouse has got that oven in it and a table, a bed, the hearth and stuff you can interact with. The one that's behind the wall, you can go into it, but it's bare of any kind of furniture or anything that would make it special. Oops, went a little bit too far to the side there. It's good though, because this is bright, so you'll be able to see this easy now. Just kind of jump up here, strafe to the side while jumping, and you should make it right up on the edge. Be careful that you don't do too much force in one direction or you'll end up going over and then you'll die. So we're going to hug. If you jump into there, you will fall. There is that land spot that I showed you earlier when I ended up kind of in like a little cave. It's this spot right here. Just going around it. And then those other little kind of spots on the side that you could go in, that's kind of the in-between spaces right there. Now, I highly recommend when you get to this spot here, based on what you wanted to check out, that you would do Alt F4 to get back to it, because that way you don't have to do that run and you can just kill yourself, fall back in. This is going to be broken up into, let's see here, how many sections? At least 2 sections. We'll do this drop first, right here. You'll fall right through this piece. Got some pieces of wall from that little like partial castle piece. Some rock pieces. Some wall. And you can get to about the edge here. You go off of that, then you fall and you die. That's where the Alt F4 is really nice. Actually, this is the spot before I try to jump around. I forgot. If you hug into it really hard, you kind of partially break through the wall. So when you go to jump, then you can actually make the jump. That's what I had done wrong. Follow this down. When we get to the end here, there's not a place to just pass through. We're going to just end up falling off the map. Okay. We'll go look at that floating farmhouse now. I took a few screenshots over there. I thought it was cool because you could get a neat view of the castle from another side that most folks aren't going to be normally looking at. They'll be like, oh, the castle looks cool and those buildings look cool from that direction. But you can only take a screenshot normally from that direction. I wanted to take a screenshot from the other side. So this will be your opportunity to create a different desktop background if you want by getting over there. Oops. Helps you jump up over here first. And then we kind of strafe and jump at the same time while going forward. Get up here. I'll show going up over the ogre cave too, or the giant cave too. I forgot about that one. I should have done that while I was over there, but I didn't, but I'll include it as well. Okay, so we're going to get over here. What we're going to do is we are going to aim for jumping over or onto that wall, actually. That's the best thing. We'll do that first, as you can see. Well, actually, we have to in order to get into the farmhouse, so I'm going to run it, jump, or fail and just run off the side like a noob. There's my box, floating in space underneath the map. Tell you what that box is. That box is a Vox. Get the box, get a Vox. Not really, but that would be pretty cool. However, if that's what it is, it's mine. Just saying. Just saying. think I found it first. Should have probably named this video Mirandus Mountain Climbing and Spelunking. Just double check here. I can get to the edge there. Okay. It's a little easier. Straight on. We're going to do it this way. Sure, I've got a little bit of distance. And I just ran off the stupid wall again. Don't think I can glitch through this wall back to the other side. I think I just have to jump. Looking forward to when we can have some fluid combat in the game. That'll be nice. Oops. It's a little too far over. Let's try that again. There we go. There we go. Made it that time. Run and jump. Okay, so this wall, we could follow that over to the little mountain piece over there. If you went off of it, though, you fall. This looks like you should be able to jump up on there, but word of caution, if you try jumping on it, it's completely hollow. You just fall right through. Or at least every attempt that I made of trying to jump onto it had failed. So this one, however, the kind of matching farmhouse that's on the other side, it is solid. So we're going to jump over to it. Make sure you hit the porch. As you can see, I'm up on top of it. I could go around the edges if I wanted. I did try to get around, but every attempt I made when I tried to get to the other side, it was too narrow of a ledge and I fell. So I'm going to go inside. As you see, there is, well, I'm sorry, there is a table, but there is not an oven, no bed, no fire hearth, and that kind of stuff. And if we fall here, you can see this is, we can kind of hop there a bit, but it's partially solid. Here we can come over here, we can kind of jump on the inside, and you can see what part of the inside of this building looks like. It's got those crates and stuff. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to actually spam E while jumping on these crates, just in case there's a wolf pelt hidden in there. I didn't try that before. I need to know. I don't think so. Okay. We'll go with no hidden wolf pelt. We can push through this here. And then we're right underneath the side castle wall, inside of it, where it's kind of cool. You can just like look right out onto the field. And come around the side over here. If you jump underneath that building, you get kind of the same deal. Actually, I think it was from the other spot here. Or this one was too high for us to do that with. Never mind. You can walk... Oops. Shoot. Okay, good. You can walk through this, and if you do, you can walk right through the water wheel and end up on the other outside portion there. We can also walk down this way here, see the edge of the map, which can't see a whole lot now that it's dark. They've got their little stars out, kind of little nice night scenes, but you can get some cool view of the castle like from over here. I liked this view. I thought it was pretty cool. And then especially at nighttime, got the windows all lit up, orb on the towers lit up, little buildings on the side there. Just looks cool. Besides, well, at least when my thing's not flashing. So we've got enough light from the moon there. We can walk around this edge and then kind of right through here. So you can see inside here. You can see a little water spot there. This is a wall that it won't let you go through, but you can go to the side and then come back and you're pretty much the same spot. So we're going to go through here and we should be able to glitch onto the other side. There we go. So now you glitched, you're on this side, and you can't go in that direction. But you can go a little bit further over here. You can see where the river goes off into oblivion. And you can jump a little bit onto the side here. If you go pretty much about any further, you just fall. So before I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come back over on the side here, just show you going through the water wheel. And then we'll head over to the giant cage. Or cave. Words. Okay, so push through the water wheel, right on the side. And we're back out here now. Normal place. Okay, so we're going to go over by the giant cave and we'll let him chase us around a bit until it's daylight. If it's not daylight by the time we get there. Which it should be. We're pretty darn close. I think this is a spot we can jump up. Yep, jump up over that. Okay, so this is bright enough now. Two ways we can do this. You can, one, actually climb up this wall over here, kind of weird. Kind of glitches, but lets you walk up it. If you find the right spot. Oops. I glitched into the cave. There we go. Back out. Oops. I missed it. Oh no. Okay, there we go. That's the spot there. You can run up that. And we're up on top of the cave. That area there looks like you should be able to step on it, but most of the, or pretty much all the places that I attempted to jump over there, it's all hollow. You just fall right through. This, however,